In the midst of a desolate steppe, an unlikely relationship formed thousands of years ago. It was a bond between humans and one of the most iconic animals in the history of civilization, the cow. But how did this long journey begin? How did a wild animal become humanity's loyal partner? It all began more than 10,000 years ago, when the ancestors of modern cattle roamed wild on Earth. They were called aurochs, a formidable, large and fearsome species of ancient cattle. Aurochs roamed the forests and grasslands of Europe, Asia and North Africa. Ancient humans viewed them as both a food source and a threat. Hunting aurochs required incredible courage, but the rewards were well worth it. These animals were much larger and wilder than the cattle we know today, standing up to 2 meters tall at the shoulder and with a ferocious temperament. Taming the aurochs was a major challenge. But humans had one advantage: intelligence. They began capturing aurochs' calves and raising them around their settlements. Little by little, they learned the habits of these animals, creating an ever closer relationship. Over generations, humans selected tamer and more manageable animals for breeding. This created a genetic shift that slowly transformed the aurochs into domestic cattle. Traces of this relationship are recorded in ancient cave paintings. For ancient humans, the aurochs was a symbol of strength and resilience. But how did they transform from wild animals into the cattle we know today? The domestication of cattle is believed to have first occurred in 2 distinct locations, around 8,000 to 10,000 years ago, in what is now the Middle East and South Asia. In the Middle East, Neolithic peoples began capturing and breeding wild aurochs. These animals provided milk, meat and energy to help humans survive. Meanwhile, in South Asia, other local aurochs, such as wild banteng, underwent a similar domestication process. Why did humans choose cattle? The answer lies in their ability to adapt well to new environments and provide abundant resources. Domestication not only changed human life, but also the genetic makeup of cattle. Over thousands of years, cattle have become smaller, more docile, and more productive than their ancestors. Genetic research shows that modern cattle descend from only about 80 female aurochs, the first domesticated animals. This demonstrates the difficulty of the domestication process. With the arrival of cattle, humans discovered new ways to farm. In agriculture, cattle are used to plow fields, carry crops, and even provide power for irrigation. Today, cattle not only produce milk and meat, but also fuel the agricultural revolution, enabling humans to create food surpluses, ultimately giving rise to great civilizations. However, cattle are not only economically important. In many cultures, they serve as spiritual symbols. In ancient India, cows were considered sacred, symbols of fertility and life. In ancient Egypt, cows were associated with the goddess Hathor, the goddess of love and fertility. The human relationship with cattle is not only pragmatic, but also fraught with symbolic meaning. Over time, cattle spread throughout the world through human migration. Each region developed different breeds of cattle, adapted to local needs and conditions. In India, zebu cattle with their distinctive humps evolved, able to withstand the hot sun and dry conditions. Meanwhile, in Europe, taurine cattle grew larger and more adapted to colder climates. From the African savannas to the farms of South America, cows have been an indispensable part of human life. They provide us with meat for food, milk for nutrition, and the energy to survive. In the 19th century, the Industrial Revolution brought major changes to the way humans raised cattle. Modern science enabled livestock farming to become more efficient, with a focus on milk and meat production. However, this also brought new challenges. Intensive livestock farming often raises environmental and animal welfare issues. Cows contribute about 14% of global greenhouse gas emissions. This forces us to seek new solutions, from technological innovation to more sustainable diets. But there is hope. Regenerative livestock farming, for example, uses cows to help restore soil and increase biodiversity. Here, cows are once again becoming partners with humans in caring for the earth. From the wild aurochs of the Eurasian steppe to modern cattle around the world, the journey of cattle domestication is a story of resilience, adaptation, and the mutually beneficial relationship between humans and nature. And even as the world continues to change, the cow remains a symbol of the partnership between humans and animals, a relationship that has endured for thousands of years and perhaps will continue into the future. This is the story of the cow, a story that has shaped our civilization, one domestication step at a time.